Okay, I guess it's time to say Merry Christmas to the business video community. You can see what season it is here, and I'm here with the guys, James and Carl from AVer, because we thought it's time to look back at 2022 in video. It's been, well, the last few years have been a bit crazy, a lot of changes, and these guys are on the ground with the customers, seeing what's actually happening in the field with business video. So let's start with Carl. Carl, tell me, what did we see in 2022 with video?
Oh man, with video, it's been an interesting year, especially for AVer. I mean, we had come out with some new products that kind of been allocated to what end users wanted. We came out with a video bar that had an optical lens on it, so you're able to use it for not just small, medium rooms and huddle rooms, but medium-sized huddle rooms. And that's kind of reflective of what everybody wants. Everybody wants equipment that could do more. And they want cameras that could do more. We came out with the Cam 570. Yeah, they want the flexibility there, and especially as service providers are coming out with like front row technology, smart gallery. They want to be able to have cameras that will do a lot of intelligent stuff, like crop an image, repurpose it, replace it. But then we noticed that, man, end users want more cameras in the room now, and they want everything to be automatically switched, automatically driven, without anybody pressing a button or doing that change. So they want AI to do all of that. So for 2022 and going beyond, we're going to see a lot of end devices or peripherals that are going to have a lot more intelligence within them to be able to do things like that.
Yeah, these meetings, they really, if you're on camera, you need a director in the room. And we've been expecting the users to do that for too long. And people are getting video to have meetings, not to learn to be video directors. That's what I want to do, but that's not what most people really want to do. So if the cameras can please do that for everyone, that'd be great. Should we head over to James for?
Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, I appreciate it. The thing on the Pro AV side, I'll give you like maybe the Pro AV grade experience from what I saw. So AVer, kind of took some steps forward. I think our V2 cameras, you noticed that we had a bunch of different TR SKUs in beginning of the year. We've had to actually release more of the V2 version 2 of these cameras, which basically means more improved the AI functionality so people can track with full body, half body. We've worked in 4K a lot more, so the resolution's the best you can get. We've also worked on, what we've heard is voice tracking. So we have this great body tracking stuff, but the voice tracking is another cool element that we've added. Talking to customers is kind of what they need. They like to add in that flexibility. So you could have a tracking camera, a regular PDZ camera, or you could have like a camera that does voice tracking. So if I'm speaking in the room, it goes to me. We've worked in our software PDZ Link and added several hardware partners in audio to help us get there. So without them, we don't really have that, but it's been a great marriage with those companies. And then we kind of got into this new field altogether in medical. So medical doesn't take a break from the pandemic. They actually are pretty busy. They didn't close down their conference rooms as much. So we have a medical grade PDZ camera that we launched in the beginning part of the year. And we've been kind of going to shows and showing people about that. That's the MD330U or UI. And it just does a bunch of different things for telemedicine, for diagnostics, for patients, remote care. Really innovative product. It's won several awards. It's fun to see us getting into a new vertical. But yeah, I think I echo what Carl said. It's been an interesting year. I feel like we started out with a bit of pandemic for the first 3 or 4 months of the year, and after that, I think we're all in full-fledged. People are back to work. Even if they're not all in the office 100% of the time, the trade shows are buzzing. Dave, we saw you in Zoomtopia not that long ago. It was nice to see people. So yeah, it's fun to talk to people in person again. As much as we all love video, I'm really looking forward to mixing video with, live experiences. So we're excited about what's going to happen in 2023.
Yeah, that was part of the big story of Zoomtopia, was the fact that it was a hybrid event, the fact that it felt like a bigger event because those of us who were there in person, we really had a sense of those who were watching on video. So even going back to reality, go back to in-person, video's a part of that now. But before we move on to 2023, Carl, I'm going to cut you off there before. Is there anything else you wanted to say about 2022 before we jump into the next year?
No, I was gonna, James pretty much summarized it well. With the partnerships and the voice tracking that we have, and with the partnerships that we have to be able to implement our cameras with the voice tracking. That's been a hot item that a lot of customers are looking for within 2022. Those high-end audio, they're great partners.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I've been following voice tracking for a while, and it's one of those things that 2, 3 years ago, my expectation was, yeah, you know, the person talks, and a few seconds later, it might jump here and it might jump there, and it sort of does an okay job. But you've been showing me demos that you shouldn't have been showing me. I'm an analyst. I can get you in trouble. You're showing me alpha demos, and it really it works now. I'm you know I don't remember exactly which model camera it was, but I think we have a YouTube video. But you were showing me demos early, and it works. It works the way we think it should work now.
Yeah, that camera coming out within about a month. So yeah, the Cam 570 that we're talking about, we actually made an announcement with it at Zoomtopia. But yeah, no, that camera has a built-in microarray within the camera itself, and that'll work great up to about 30 feet. You know what I mean? Medium-sized rooms, some large rooms. But when you want to start getting into those really large executive boardrooms that have 30 seats in them and are about 60 feet long, that's when we team up with the audio manufacturers to be able to say, hey, these group of microphones are initiating because somebody's talking, recall this preset. And so it's not like a true triangulation of voice like the traditional, video conferencing equipment have that, kind of zoom in on a voice to figure out where it's at, and zoom in on it. This one is more just triggering presets through API connections through the service provider.
From a user perspective, same end result. Through technology,
same end result, and actually
the camera knows who's talking.
Now you're recalling a preset, and so it doesn't zoom in like this on somebody. Yeah. So.
It gives the experience that we've been looking for. So let's go. If you happen to have a magic crystal ball, can you tell me what you think for 2023?
Oh, what's going to come out? I think you're going to, so I think with 2022, there was a lot of announcements of technology that were coming out, but I don't think it was really, there to be pushed out and released. I think in 2023, you're actually going to start seeing that technology being implemented a little bit more. The automatic AI driven stuff that we're talking about with multiple cameras and being able to have more cameras in a room for like 360 degrees cameras, 180 degree cameras. I think you're going to see a lot of that implemented, but actually, being able to have it released, I guess you could say. We're going to see a lot more of that. But with AVer and AVer specifically, you're going to see our response to that, but then, also have other devices that could be used within the conference room that we've been developing. I mean, we came out with a content camera that you can hook up to a whiteboard and look on the wall. We're going to see all of those different components within a conference room playing together a lot nicely with the AVer brand.
Nice. Anything to add, James?
Yeah, I think Carl made some great points there. I think you're going to see, hybrid's still kind of here to stay, depending on the industry. I kind of feel like you mentioned Zoomtopia. I feel like with what our customers are saying, whether it's higher education or it's houses of worship or it's enterprises or governments or what have you, they may not be 100% back in person. They're going to be a lot more in person than they were over the past few years, but they love the video experience, the options. They can kind of just drop in. And I know a lot of the universities and colleges, they offer courses now. You can offer courses now all over the world, and you can tap into what video can bring. So it's kind of cool to see video still kind of staying. It may not be as much of a desperation mode that it was the last couple of years, needing video for some of these. But I think, going back to the office, enterprises are going to be partly full, not 100% full, or governments are still going to need training and remote conference room experiences that are really, really good. So I know for AVer's perspective, for some of our higher end pro cameras, we're coming up. I mentioned V2, or we're going to have some V3s. I'm not going to tell you too much about those, so look for those in 2023. Some improvements there. Look for some better support in NDI with those as well. And a tracking box product for the pro grade cameras that can help you connect them automatically and switch over. That's not such a cumbersome manual process. So look for those type of announcements. The other thing we're really trying to look support for, David, is you notice you go to AVer USA's website, you'll notice whether you're at the video conferencing side or the Pro AV site, We support cameras with NDAA, TAA compliance, also GSA compliance. So that means basically you want to do business with the government. You want to make sure the cameras are built in friendly areas of the world for the United States government, and you know that everything is everything's going to be fine. So those governments can send out tender bids to any company, and if they offer AVer, you're good. So we're looking at making sure more and more of our cameras are built with that compliance in 2023.
Yeah, that's a checklist item for a lot of customers. And one thing I want to add, there's a lot of camera companies out there, and if someone says to me as an analyst, someone who works with AVer, what in my mind is to pick one thing that really stands out. We're talking about how Carl mentioned new form factors for video cameras. We have speaker bar videos, and we're talking about 360 cameras, and whatever is the form factor that people like, AVer will have an option for it. And one thing I always notice about AVer is they're pretty aggressive about certification with Zoom and working with Microsoft Teams, and that matters. Yeah, it's not. I always say the same thing, so I'm gonna keep it quick, but it's really not just a marketing thing to have a little sticker that says Zoom certified. They really do a lot of stuff to make Zoom happy that you get the Zoom experience, and Microsoft Teams happy you get the Microsoft Teams experience. And as soon as, sometimes before an AVer camera comes out, they're on it through getting through that certification process. And it's just nice to know if we're gonna have cameras everywhere and all different kinds of cameras, it's all certified for whatever platform we're on. So just in my mind, that's kind of if I had to pick a thing about AVer, that's the thing I pick.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think you saw that from Zoomtopia, and you mentioned too, it could be Teams cert. No matter what it is, we pretty much have a certified camera, and we have a camera for every room. Like, so you can go from the smallest, huddle rooms or work from home environments, mid-sized, large conference rooms, up to the largest training rooms and auditoriums. You can standardize on AVer. We got really great value cameras. Innovative, but you can basically standardize on us because we've got pretty much everything for every room. So,
All right. Well, this was fun. So keep an eye on these guys, and let's look forward to a positive video year in 2023. I think we've had some hard years. We had some negativity. I'm looking forward to some fun. I'm looking forward to do some cool things, and I'm looking forward to instead of getting through the hard times, the cool things we're doing with video. So everyone have a great holiday season. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Happy holidays, everybody.